Hey everyone, and welcome back to Intuitive Motion. My name is Brian, and I'm super grateful that you're here today. For this video, I kind of wanted to dive into the realm of numerology, and I kind of want to make this a regular thing on my channel where when I'm feeling drawn to certain numbers or number sequences that are helping me and that are empowering me, I should share that message to everyone who I feel like needs it at this time. The world is going through some pretty crazy shit right now. We need more love and more light and more support for ourselves and for each other. And this is where I thought that the numbers would come in handy. We live our lives on numbers. We wouldn't be able to get through the day to day without, time and without paying attention to numbers, and they affect us in many different ways. And I learned that with each number and each number sequence, there is a meaning to that. There are light attributes and dark attributes, but my goal is to work with all of the light qualities of each of these numbers, and pull out all of the things that I feel like could really be useful for not only just myself now, but for all of you guys watching. Yesterday, I did ask, my spirit guides to kind of guide me to a number that I feel like would be really useful at this time, with its messages and with its qualities. And the number I ended up coming across was the angel number 3131. It was a little difficult at first because I was like, all of these numbers are related to me and like what I've got going on, but I ended up finding number 3131, which I think is perfect. Uh, Now, with these numbers, I kind of take it as numerology too, because, they're numbers, but also, like, you can split up each individual number, and, the threes have, or the three has its quality, and the one has its quality too. And then when you put it together, it kind of creates its own set of messages and set of qualities on its own. But when you split up 3131, the number one represents, and I'll leave the link to where I find all of my information down below if you want to go check out the website too. There are many different sites and sources for these angel numbers and sequences. So the website that I link is not the only one. Feel free to dive in and fall in the rabbit hole of numbers and see what else you can find out about the numbers that you see. Really pay attention to specific times, and numbers that you see while you're driving, or while you're grocery shopping or at work. These are things that have been all around me that I didn't know were out to help me. I didn't know that that was my spirit guide's support. So really pay attention to numbers moving forward if it's something that you're feeling drawn to or you feel like could really help you. But I just wanted to express how much it's helped me over time, and I'm hoping that it'll do the same for you. But anyways, for number one, this number represents, independence, being number one, and uniqueness, with striving forward, which I underlined looking at my notes here, because striving forward is something that I feel like at this time is super duper important, and not letting, the circumstances of our world kind of, hold us back and keep us stagnant. So striving forward and new beginnings, motivation, assertiveness, and action, kind of not just, and I've said this in previous videos, not just thinking about, what it is we want for ourselves or how we'll move forward, but, actually taking action and proactively doing things that are helping us move forward and propelling us into the places that we want to be. Positivity is what this number represents, and achieving success. I feel like whenever you see ones in general, always take that as, you're doing great. like with your individuality, and you're moving towards success in everything that you do, and you should stay true to that. And if something feels off, or if you don't feel like, you're going along the right path, maybe you're seeing that number so that you can sit down and reassess what it is that you need to do in order to, get your life going in the right way for you. When I see this number, I always have to remember that, we create our own realities, and that happens through our thoughts and our actions. And we are powerful enough to, do whatever it is that we want, and bring in whatever it is that we want, whether that be materially or, emotionally. We have the power to kind of navigate ourselves in any direction that we want. So we have to keep that in mind. And whenever you see the number one, or whenever you see double ones or triple ones or even quadruple ones, like 1111, remember that you're strong, and we are totally capable of doing whatever we want, like throughout our lifetimes. And we need to stop letting, the 3D, the external factors of our world stop us from, achieving success. This number is about stepping out of your comfort zone and moving in new directions and seeking out new opportunities. So I kind of take that as, seeking out new opportunities, but also being open to new, moving in new directions, and having new opportunities come into your life in whatever way is right. And I don't say right for you, I just say right because, the world is life is so ambiguous, and we never know what the next day, the next minute, the next moment in our lives will bring. So we need to really, go with the flow and stay open to whatever might happen, because, letting go and control and letting go of those expectations is really what's going to help you to find new outlets to express yourself, and find new ways to live life that, like I said, works for you, and that's positive, and that brings in happiness and joy and more, good thoughts about where your life is at and where you're moving to. Now we'll move into number three. Number three talks about self-expression and communication. And I love these two numbers together because, like I said, number one is about, stepping outside of your comfort zone, and, being open to and pursuing new directions and opportunities in whatever aspect of your life you feel like needs that work done. And then when you compare it with the number three, that one's about, self-expression. So, like, really, finding what's passionate to you and staying true to that, and being open about it, like with yourself, and being open about it with others. For me, for example, I love singing, dancing, I love speaking and writing, and, I feel like over the last few years, I really haven't gotten an opportunity to truly open up and, put myself out there in that way, whether that be posting a cover, or, writing my own music, or, doing this where I'm kind of like speaking my mind, and, um, reciting knowledge that I've learned that I feel like has really helped me along my journey. I'm finally stepping over that hump, and I'm not like scared about like what comes out of my mouth and what I decide to express, because it's who I am, and it's a part of my character, and I should never, be afraid to put that out there. And if there's anyone or anything that, well, not anything, but if there's anyone that like judges me for that, or doesn't accept me for, what I say and how I feel about certain things, that person was never meant to be in my life in the first place, because they didn't truly accept me for who I am and what I believe. And I feel like that should be something that all of us should really focus on. Like, how can we be more true to ourselves? How can we be more confident? How can we express our passions and the things that we, love and care about without that fear of, judgment? Living our lives is all about, us. No one is going to be able to help us in the ways that we can help ourselves. And I feel like the best way to help ourselves, especially in this time, is, not holding ourselves back anymore, and not letting anyone hold us back anymore, or not let anything hold us back anymore. So anything that could be, a relationship, that could be a job, that could be, anything in your external that, like I, have been saying since the beginning, doesn't align with who you truly are. Number 3 also talks about manifesting desires, optimism and enthusiasm, friendliness and sociability, creation and creativity, affability, growth, expansion, and the principle of increase. So basically, whenever I see threes, I always think of, the manifestation of my desires. That's constantly, well, every day now, that's what I'm working towards. And I feel like that's kind of something that we all need to establish for ourselves and work towards from now moving forward. Um, there's a lot of things in my life that I've been passionate about that I put on the back burner, but the time for that is over. If I want to be a successful musician, if I want to be a speaker, if I want to be a dancer, whatever it is that I see for myself and whatever it is that brings me joy and brings me light are the things that I'm, manifesting in my life long term. I know that that aligns with who I truly am, and it's something that's been a part of my life all of this time for a reason. So, the time is now to put it out in the universe that it's something that I want for myself, and then start proactively working towards it, keeping my mind and my thoughts positive and optimistic. And honestly, that is really all we can do when it comes down to manifesting. Obviously, there's more that plays into that and more details, but I mean, basically all we need to do is just put it out there, what it is that we want, and then we just have to be patient for it and stay strong and stay positive, because it will come to you. It just needs to come in the right time, in the right way. And like I said, the next two were optimism and enthusiasm. So if you truly want something in your life, that is okay. But, you have to truly believe that you deserve it. And that ties into staying optimistic and staying positive with those ideas and staying enthusiastic with it. Let it re-spark that passion inside of you. And if that's something, or if there is something in your life that you thought you were passionate about, but it's not, doing those things for you, it's not bringing in joy, it's not bringing in light, it's not bringing in positivity, then maybe you should consider cutting that out of your life, because it was probably bringing in the opposite of what it is that you wanted. Really, self-reflection is such a huge, important thing for us at this time. So, whenever you see 3, or when you see a combination of 1s and 3s, maybe you should look that up and see what that might mean for you, because it could be something that helps you move in the direction that you're ready to move in, which is why you keep seeing those numbers. Or maybe it's time for some change. Maybe it's time for you to, start reprioritizing your life, and you're seeing that number over and over again, or you're seeing those combination of numbers over and over again, to kind of give you a kick in the pants and tell you, hey, where in your life are you happy, and where in your life are you not happy, and what are you going to do to start aligning with just the things that are making you happy. Yeah, honestly, the number 3 is about growth and expansion. So now really truly is a time for us to grow, continue to grow into our truest selves, and expand into our truest selves. It's time, like I said before, to stop holding ourselves back from what it is we're truly supposed to be doing here on this earth, and what it is we're truly supposed to be achieving. Because those things are what we truly want. Those things are what we, dream about. Those are the things that, we think in the back of our heads what it would be like, to always pursue and to always work on. But, with the circumstances of our lives, we don't necessarily actually go for those things, or we don't believe that we truly deserve to be doing those things, or it's not realistic. But I mean, all of those thoughts, don't align with you in the first place. Those are negative thoughts. Those are shadow thoughts that are just holding you back from actually going for what it is that will bring you, like that will bring you happiness. So it's time to start listening to that voice in our head, holding us back and keeping us in a place where we're not truly happy. Say fuck you and move forward, move past that, and really, really indulge in what it is that makes you smile, that brings love in your heart, that makes your stomach fill with butterflies. Like, go for those things. Go for what truly matters to you, and really think about what truly matters for you and what you want. Um, some notes that I took as kind of like themes to go with these numbers um, are like, enjoy the present moment. Um, Keep your heart and your mind open to wonderful and new opportunities for creativity and self expression. Um, that's not something that you need to do every single day, all day, when you get home from work, jump right in and, like, run yourself to the ground. But like I said, once you put it out there, what it is that you want, or once you kind of, make that shift in your priorities and you start understanding what truly aligns with you, then you can start writing down your ideas, actually listening to your dreams and visions about these things. And then it's a day to day, it's a work in progress. And eventually you will get to where you want to go. Or you'll find an opportunity, or you'll find a friend, or, a mentor, or someone that will help guide you where you need to go. We need to stop worrying about like the end products and the outcomes of something, and always weighing out the pros and cons, and sometimes kind of just taking the leap of faith and going for it, not worried about what the consequences will be, because you don't know what's going to happen. So why are you worried about what potentially could go wrong when it hasn't happened? You talking about what potentially could go wrong is ultimately bringing in that, what it is you're thinking about. So if you are going for a job that you've always dreamed of, but you start, thinking, limiting yourself and telling yourself, oh, well, maybe I don't deserve this, or what will this person think, like, you're not going to get there. You're not going to get that job, because what you're putting out is negative energy. You're putting out negative thoughts. You're limiting yourself. You don't truly believe that you can ascend higher and go for something bigger and better for yourself. And so the world's like, okay, well, then you don't deserve it, and so you don't get it. And so if you're going to put something out there, especially something that you're truly passionate about, you've got to have the thoughts that align with it. um, the more you indulge in your passions, the more open you are to receiving positive opportunities, energies, and experiences. And that is exactly what I was just saying. Your thoughts have to align with the energies that you put out into the universe. And so if you are choosing to indulge more in, the things that you're passionate about, be positive, stay strong about, what opportunities might come, or what, like I said, the outcomes might be for what it is that you're working towards. I'm hoping this is all making sense. I feel like I'm kind of saying the same things over and over again, but I mean, ultimately, I hope that this is something that you're truly considering looking into, numbers and how they might affect you, and, how you can move forward with numbers. It's not something that you need to have constantly surrounding you like me, but, if you need some advice, if you need some guidance, if you need some words of empowerment, that's where numerology and angel numbers really, really can help you at this time. And I will keep putting these numbers out there as I get them, so that we can really, start living our lives how we were always supposed to be. Now is truly the time for us to step out on our own and be individual, like with that number one, and really figure out how we can diverge from that mold and from those thoughts that we were trained to believe, like growing up, because not all of those things we need to take with us as we grow, as we heal, and as we ascend to new heights. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Spreading positive messages that can aid in unifying us as a humanity. The world needs more love and light. This is, I'm just reiterating what I was saying before. We need more positivity right now. And we can do that by finding ways to find, the light in every situation, and then spreading that light with everyone around us, with friends, with family. For me, I use my Twitter and try and spread that to all of my followers, people that I don't know. Because if there is a way that I can reach out and lend a helping hand to those in need, I will do that. Because we need more support, we need more love. And I feel like this is the perfect way to do that. Um, and you have to find a way that works for you. Maybe, numerology and angel numbers don't necessarily work for you, but I'm hoping that this will, help inspire you to find something or find an outlet where you can help yourself better and love yourself better and help others and love others better. Your thoughts and actions should only come from a place of love, compassion, and openness. We're going back into that openness again. Staying open to, all of the energies around you and letting in all of those light energies, That's super duper important right now. And anything that makes you feel off or, brings in internal or external conflict, you've got to figure out how to filter that out of your life so that you can stay positive and stay strong. Because, with everything that's going on in the world, this is not a time where we can back down and where we can give in to the fear. Indulge in any and everything that makes your soul smile and your heart happy. And this could be literally anything. And this is what I was talking about before. You sitting down and reflecting on yourself, reflecting on your life and where you've been and where you're going and where you want to go is super important right now. Really establishing your intentions and then, proactively going after those things. Yeah, like I said, it's pretty straightforward. Anything that makes your soul smile and your heart happy, those are the things that need to continue to be in your lives. That's activities, habits, people, places, things, everything. Um, we are powerful creators and powerful makers of change. The time is now to spend all of our time here working towards living authentically, speaking our truths to not only heal ourselves, but to remind others that they aren't alone in anything. Follow your heart, follow your light, and don't let anyone or anything stop you from reaching success. Don't let anyone dim your lights, and don't let anyone tell you how it is you need to live your life and what it is you need to be doing at this time. Because the only people that know that truly for ourselves is us. And we need to stay true, like I said, to what makes us happy and, what opens up our heart and what opens up our mind to more light and more love. Let's be there for each other. Like I said, in the description below, I will leave, any social media. I will leave my email. Feel free to reach out to me if you just want to talk, if you want to vent, if you have anything to ask, anything to say. I will always be here as a support system. And that is what I will continue to do with this YouTube channel. That really concludes my spiel about angel number 3131. I really, really liked how this video went. I did bring my cards with me because I didn't know if I was going to want to pull a card. But I kind of feel like, the number in itself and all numbers are loaded. So you can kind of take their messages and, kind of give yourself a little bit of advice and a little bit of a pep talk. So I'm kind of going to leave it there. Thank you so much to everyone who took the time out to watch my first video and to watch this video. I hope that you will continue along the journey with me so that you can find out more about who you are and how you can help yourself at this time. Much love to all of you guys. Make sure you check my description. Like I say, all throughout the video, it has all the links and all the information that you might be searching for. And feel free to give this video some love and leave a comment down below. Only spreading light and spreading love and positivity. Thank you guys again for coming and watching. And I will see you again very, very soon. Love and light.